Hey, it's Random Pop Culture News Speaker once again, aka Mr. Ring. You know the Rangers not to the channel. Follow me on my social medias. All links in the description box and the hashtag your world down below, all the good stuff. I actually wasn't even going to do the intro, but I felt like doing it because I felt good about myself, especially the other day, man. The best and the longest I don't know, because of the global lockdowns that happened like 2.5 years ago. So it got me in a slump for a little bit. But, it was actually a spot out here in Vegas. It's kind of like how the Olive Garden is. It's called Buca de Bep Boop or Buca de Beep Boop. And it's Buca de Beep Boop. I think that's literally what the Bocab de Beep Boop is. Real awesome, beautiful, authentic as hell. Italian bistro. Mega Ultra Chefs, because if any guys ever come here to Vegas. But anyways, it's more on the outskirts. It's not really like, I don't know if there is one on Fremont Street or the actual strip. There probably might be, I don't know. But other than that, man, play some old school classic music in the background. If any people know what that is, you know what's up. You've been on my channel for a while. It's from like not Persona, but it's from something else. It's Atlas Studios I made it. But anyways, this is Microsoft News Roundup. Power breaks the internet. Microsoft fortunately lays off 1,900 employees. This from 2 days ago. The other one I wanted to talk about originally, but it's probably gonna be Saturday. Unfortunate news here. Kyoto Animation, unfortunately, a person that burned down a shit out of the building, almost blew up a building, really, gets the chopping block. He literally gets guillotined almost. Because he gets that sentence, I can't say. But yeah, playing some classic music. You've been on my channel for a long time, like 2016 to 2020. I play this Persona music in the background a lot more, even though it's another one, it's not really Persona. It's the ones that made that other thing, the laboratory, Code Rain. I don't know, I always get the two mixed up. Spike Chunsoft, they're the ones that made it. Keep thinking that's Atlas. Spike Chunsoft and Atlas got the same vibe of anime manga music. Anyways, or visual novel anime music. So this comes from Sean Endicott or Endicott. He says, this week is about to be more about the power of surviving games. Took the word by Sean. Thank God I'll be taking a little bit of a break, even though not super huge break, but a little bit of a break from Dexerto, Sportskeeda, and Dottie Sports, but sometimes that toxicity, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and especially verbally, it eats at my brain on a spiritual level, man. I can't do that shit all the fucking time. I can't. They'll burn me the hell out way faster and make me quit YouTube extremely fast. I'm just saying. Anyways, got a credit card to do. Windows Central, my god, I don't remember when the hell I read from Windows Central. It might have been 2014, 15. And it's been literally, I don't think almost a decade the last time I read from it. Could be right, could be wrong, I don't know. Let's just jump into it. This one I'm going to do in a separate time. Super extra sad news. It is anime, manga, business related though. So let's truly get into it. Now let's go into it. With so much of the news coming out this week, it's easy to miss out on some juicy stories. Thankfully, anyone who wanted to catch up, this is a very super long lengthy article, so I'll leave the link to the duration point down below for my thoughts when I talk about them. Easy to miss out on some juicy stories. Thankfully, anyone wanted to catch up, we gather all the biggest news in one convention piece each week. Many of this week's biggest stories related to the gaming industry, including Power Break Records, Microsoft laying off the largest part of its gaming industry team, Apple changes its rules to allow game streaming out to an iPhone and iPad. We've also covered the biggest deals in news and tech and shared the other several reviews. Here's everything you need to know and catch up about for the last week of Microsoft, Windows PC, for Xbox gaming thing. I know I didn't say I was going to talk about Microsoft ever again, but this one tickled my fancy pretty fucking hard. I was very, very, not excited, but fascinated about this one big time. So with this week's roundup? This was only 2 days ago. This is super recent as fuck, by the way, so it's pretty awesome. Cool stuff. This week's roundup, focusing on the video gaming news industry. It's a great time to introduce Xbox News Recaps. By coincidentally, this week's biggest stories across all of Microsoft's happen to be gaming related, so many of the stories in the video gaming roundup go in more depth into each stories I cover below. Yeah, I know I switched up the music a little bit. It's the same song. Beautiful Rain's Summer Soul version remix. It's ancient, but I don't care. 9 years ago, but still a bop, a classic, a slight perfection. Love it. Beautiful stuff. Of course, question, comma mark that. Who knows? It's a great time to be introduced to the Xbox News Recap, aka Microsoft. And coinciding, what was I say? Coinciding or coinciding? I don't know. This week's biggest story across all of Microsoft has to be gaming related. So many of the other stories in the video roundup were more in depth into stories that I cover below. He's, of course, the journalist here, Sean, whatever his name was. I don't remember. Sean Endicott. Endicott or Endicott? Eddie Coke. I'm just gonna call him Andy Cokes. So let's continue forward. That's the one. Gotta get double freaking credit cards, you know. I didn't get to talk about Palworld like this, but I'll get my personalized thoughts maybe in a separate video like this one. I do it Friday, Saturday. So it says, Palworld is a game by storm this past week, taking a world by storm this past week. Despite being early access, Palworld is the second most played game in Steam history in terms of the concurrent players. The survival story takes place, wow, almost 3 million, 2 million. I don't know if those numbers are real or not, who knows. 2,101,535,000 concurrent players at the time of the publication, but that number can go up. Incredibly, Palworld is so popular that Pocket Pair, which makes video games, to have a, quote, an emergency meeting with Epic Games to keep Palworld running well. 1 million copies of Palworld was sold within 8 hours. That's sold within 8+ hours. That's incredibly wild. It's breaking records hardcore to the max. This is real. Like Metacritic or Rotten Tomatoes, I don't know what they got to say about it. Or any of these other freaking, what's it called? Mega Share and all these other places that do all these ratings. I don't know. Sometimes it might be real, sometimes it might be fake. Got to take that with a huge grain of salt. They take their L's, take their W's, wins, losses, L's, take the L, take the losses. A big W here, mega W. So let's move on. As everything else goes, yeah, it's not all good news for Palworld though. However, many of the game's creatures are similar to Pokemon. They aren't identical, but they aren't close enough to draw criticism from makers of Pokemon. They issue a statement. I kind of want to do a separate video on that one. The similarities. I know it's probably thousands, millions of Pokemon fans have done videos on it. I used to do that a lot on my Critical Guy Visualization Man 2009 channel way back then. I was Critical Guy on Divine Intention on that. Yeah, in 2001. I used to do all these comparisons of what other things like Monster Hunter was to this, or Dark Worlds was to that, or Digimon and Dragon Ball Z was connected to Pokemon, this and that. I used to do that a bunch. You won't mind the phone if it's as crazy as fuck as that sounds. If you were here in the early mid-2010s on my channel, you remember I used to do a fuck ton of videos like that. That's fun. It's not all good news for Palworld. I love that. Our gaming team has smashed. Yeah, our gaming team smashed it when it comes to Palworld coverage. I try to keep these roundups more general to share my own opinion, but you can really need to talk about it in Wonder Central's Palworld, coverage. The team has guidelines of pictures of new stories and early Palworld reviews. Oh wow, this one $36 on Steam. That's very short. So let's go on. That's a very good deal. Microsoft usually refreshes the console hardware mid-cycle style, but we know a little bit about the next Xbox One usual. This is what I want to talk about from here. Codename Brooklyn. The next topic, Xbox Series X, is expected late October, early November, or 2024. Oh, the end of this year, it's well, sure. Pricing is expected to be $500, which aligns to current Xbox Series X, but notably, Brooklyn should have doubles the shortage, bringing it to 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes. I don't know. I'm not sure about that, but it's true or not. Not the expert in coding. Those other fools like RT Streams, Tech USA, and Mudaha do that way better than that. Let's continue on. Many of these other details come from an uneducated FCC document accidentally shared by Microsoft. Details could change, could be proven incorrect, but we have a good idea of what an Xbox Series X will be like. After Brooklyn launches, you should be able to expect to see the current version of the Xbox Series X discontinued. Sad shit, but let's continue on. The new Brooklyn console and the discounted Xbox Series X should provide excellent options for those shopping for the console holiday seasons. Microsoft's Project Brooklyn will stand on the vertical orientation like the current Xbox Series X video game console. I still want to talk about video game console news on channel. I've given up on that. Let's move on. But it will be cylindrical rather than a large rectangular. I remember hearing about this, I think early mid-2023 last year. I think it was right before summer, like May, June, July, or it was during summer. And it was like it was going to be a giant Amazon Alexa or Apple Watson thing, whatever, or Google looking pill thing, whatever. That's what it was going to look like. I don't know. I remember a lot of people doing a bunch of content videos on it. I think I might have done one myself too. I'm gonna have to see it. I think I did it almost a month later. I was real late on that news last year. This is controversially enough, the new Xbox Series X will not have a disk drive yet. That's what I was fucking afraid of. I'm not surprised. It doesn't shock me at all. Microsoft Graphics had appeared by accident in an FCC filing calling the Xbox Series X refresh quote unquote adorably all digital. As you expected from a console refresh, the new Xbox Series X will have the latest tech such as Wi-Fi 6E. I don't even know what that is. I'm afraid to fucking find out. For real though, let's go. It will also have a Bluetooth 5.2, which would be the first time an Xbox console supports Bluetooth. Really, man. None of the other ones, like Xbox 360, Xbox Ones, or Xbox Series X and S version, they didn't have that? I'm shocked. Thought to use opinion speculations though. Not going to take up too much of guys' time too. Real fast things I want to say is that we truly are moving our all digital future, man. It's like my boy said, like Smallware TV, RGT85, Player Essence, etc. Dreamcast guy. And all this physical tangibility video games that we have as consoles, especially for the Nintendo Switch stuff, it's like the cartridges, PS5 and PS5 Pro. Those are probably going to be the last ones you get to have an old school CD physical disc, which you can't see it because they're not bendable, but it sounds like this a little bit, but without the cardboard. It's one of my coasters that looks like a CD thing. You can't see it, but trust me. Take my word on that. Or not. It's a damn shame, bro. We're getting to that edge. And I wouldn't even say I used to take 10, 15 years from now, we'll go to an all digital future. Everything's just going to be all cloud based video game stuff. This is the reason I didn't want to talk about like video game story stuff anymore, or video game like franchises anymore, like I used to. Because it's pretty wild to see it. It really is. And this is like a day before I even hit 35 years old. This is the last video, final video I'm going to be doing on 34, because this is Sunday while I'm doing this right now. But it is what it is. So it's probably going to come out Monday or Tuesday by the time I see it. But the last two things I will honestly and truthfully give my goddamn thoughts using truthful, hardcore, honest, hitting your face opinions is this. It's going to happen, bro. You'll own nothing, you'll be happy. It's happening, bro. And they said what Best Buy is already. Best Buy is completely getting rid of all the Microsoft physical tangibility like TVs. You're not going to be able to see that ever again. Sony, by the time PlayStation 6 comes out, that's going to be a complete thing of the past. It's probably going to be all purely digital. You won't have CD disc to buy physical freaking, physical freaking like video game stuff where you could just bring them to GameStop and around. GameStop's going to be probably completely dead before we get to 2026 or 2030. I'd be surprised if it lasts all the way to 2030. I'd be extremely mind-blowing shit face out of my mind if that would happen. And Nintendo will probably be the last one, maybe 2030 or 2034 or 35 at the latest. They'll probably be the last ones of physical digital, like, video game tangibility to, like, copy and paste and put on other old school platform format, like, digital devices, physical devices from back in the day, like the Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi is the fucking way to go if you want to do that shit. And that's it. Peace out, man. On the soccer, at least in my scenes. It's like cutting out to a short. Talk to you guys soon. Safe, safe, crossing. Later.